This is the Enchantress, the Good Samaritan, out here on these YouTube streets. What's cracking popping this morning? I tell you where I am, my longitude and latitude. Step outside on the terrace and it is gorgeous. I mean, it is simply gorgeous. But anywho, I'm cleaning my floors and I decided that I just wanted to chat. It is so amazing to sit and watch the woke folk, the conscious, these gurus, these masters on these YouTube streets. Man, it is a sight to see. I think about things and think about provision and what we're given to sustain ourselves in this realm. And I'm just not seeing what is applicable to what I'm doing really that easily found and readily found from these gurus, these masters, and these master teachers and leaders that are out here on these YouTube streets. I wake up each and every day with a sense of delight and gratitude. Yes. And it's just that I don't maneuver like I'm seeing people say you should maneuver. I was watching a video this morning with Eligio Bishop, and I could only watch about a minute or so. And he's on camera vehemently professing to those that listen to him that if you listen to him, you definitely have the way, the truth, and the light. But I don't get that when I'm listening. And his excuse would be that because I'm not chosen, I heard him say things like, people in my age category just don't get the recent downloads from the Christ consciousness. We're too outdated. Our software is too outdated. Or he will say things like, being a woman is equatable to a curse. And I heard him question his followers and listeners on yesterday, asking how many men would want to be a woman. And he took a poll and he also asked how many women would love to see how it feels to be a man. And I just looked and I laughed. I was like, this is like some horrible comedic sketch to me spiritually because, my body is physically feminine. And there is nothing about me that wants to be a man. And when I look at him, I don't see the things that he professes about himself. And that's just what that is. And you know what? Even in his own private time, when he's away from the camera, he doesn't even believe what he says about himself. I have proof of that as well, based on what he says. But anyway, I just don't. I don't do the things that I see people purporting as to what keeps you aligned and keeps you in tune spiritually. I don't burn sage for certain things. Now I do burn bay leaves because that's just my personal choice that I like to burn bay leaves. But I don't need them to, you know, um, make something come into fruition from the spiritual and manifest in the physical. I just don't. I've never need these gimmicks or these, what I consider to be gimmicks or trinkets or trends to, progress spiritually. I just don't. My connection, I believe, is a very authentic and organic one to the source and the all. And we just don't have those blockages or obstacles in our connection. There's such a fluidity that sometimes, no, oftentimes, I can just think something very faintly and almost instantly it manifests in the physical. And this has happened to me countless of times, and my family has witnessed it, my loved ones, close business constituents. And it just got me to thinking as I was cleaning, these floors and looking around at my life, through spiritual eyes and looking at the physical about the things that I've manifested and the joy and the peace and the comfort that I get to lather in every day, all day. And I'm fortunate. I'm grateful. I will continue to navigate these YouTube streets, but I just don't see as I look out, me having much connection with what people say is spiritual and gets you to have your reality be shaped. And that's no judgment. But there are people out there that are like me and they just don't fit in. And this is for them. They need to know that you're not alone. There's some of us that are just here, in such simplicity that we don't need a whole lot of hoopla. We don't need four walls to feel connected to the all. We just do in our simplest of existence. I wake up feeling more connected than I do if I were to go and visit a church on a regular basis or read the Bible on a regular basis or even do yoga. It's like the source and the all is able to communicate and request and even warn at times with such fluidity that the obstacles that people profess on a daily basis, people like myself just don't have that. And I'm grateful. I want to say and also teach children that the simplest recollection of your existence is the purest. Those moments that you can go into your past and the youngest age that is clearest to you, if you just go and meditate on how you felt and how you thought and how you reacted and just how you existed. Those are the purest and most organic aspects of yourself. And I just implore people to get in touch and to not lose contact with that, because when you're in this realm, there's so many things that are put as obstacles because there are existences and beings that don't want to be here. They've come here through some loophole or they're stolen their way in. Like I believe Eligio Bishop, the entities that possess him and the main entity, I've been shown it stole its way into this portal, and as soon as it entered in, it was captured and incarcerated. And this earth realm is like a physical jail cell for this entity while it's in this body of Eligio. And once this person, Eligio, dies, Eligio will no longer have any existence, and the entities that he's allowed to possess his physical shell will not either. And so he purports this thing like he's the Christ consciousness and he's going to live forever. You don't view him as that when you leave here, you're going to see his voice, you're going to see his face and hear his voice, and he's going to be eternal. That's a lie. It's not true. But anyway, I was just cleaning and I just wanted to share some of my thoughts. I hope your day is a wonderful one. Let me get back to my duties and my chores, and then I am going to partake of this earthly realm and get me some of this good old sunlight that's out here that's available for me. And I just want to say I care about you guys. Stay tuned, more videos today. This was just a quick one. Thank you.